Like I've said, I made these videos and actually made my whereabouts and also who I was very public because, like I say, in the past when people would find out about me or who I was or what I was and everything else like that, literally the words "guard the door," make sure no one comes in. You won't know who to trust. You can't trust anyone. They will kill us all to to keep this a secret or find this out. Basically, would be true about the knowledge of who I actually was. That I was actually Lucifer Star, and actually that was actually Lucifer Star, and and also and also the owner of America and Germany and everything else, and how much I had actually done with the tax code system, the financial system. Like for instance, like I say, I proved that basically owning a country was actually very profitable and actually was very influential and very important. Before, in the past, millions of years ago, no one had regarded owning a country as particularly important or particularly useful. But I knew and thought that even small amounts of taxes added up to quite a bit of money, basically. Um, anyway, though, but mostly it's just running costs and all that other stuff. Anyway, though, but the knowledge of who I am, as even as Brian or whatever, but actually as Lucifer Star, and actually the fact that I am the creator to the stars and basically big fusion reactors in space and 800 galaxies and two galaxies and the LS space clock and everything else. Basically, you know, I mean, aliens, 800 galaxies, 1.5 foot tall life forms, as well as exoskeletons, as well as light exoskeletons that also basically breathe acid, or live in acidic atmospheres. Like I said, they're very much more advanced, and actually, the things you can do with acidic atmospheres actually is a lot more cooler, and you get a lot more interesting things happening. Anyway, though, it's all complicated, and I'm not going to get into it because I mean, people will microanalyze every word I say eventually. So, anyway, though, but basically, why I make these videos is because basically knowing of me or understanding or having any understanding of me was basically very dangerous for whoever would come across the videos or come across any of my words to find out about me. So because yeah, well, I mean, 800 galaxies and pretty much epic and basic, pretty much nanotechnology life forms, and pretty much things that can become anything you want. Like for instance, a nanotech could replicate almost anything. Blah blah blah. Anyway, it's all very complicated and a very big issue, and it gets into microscience and all kinds of crazy ass things. But I don't really care. Anyway, though, whatever. It doesn't matter. The point, though, is that why I make these videos is so to make everyone be able to breathe a little bit easier, as it is a lot more public as to who exactly I am. And a bunch of kids at some point in time thought that the knowledge of me was secret or whatever else like that, like JFK or Jimmy Carter thought that I was a secret and that nobody knew. But like I said, the truth is that everyone knew about the science and everyone knew about who I was, and I was very transparent and very open to who exactly I was. But no one really ever asked me. So anyway, though, but yes, I mean, I had been in existence for a very long time. And anyway, though, so anyway, whatever. But when I became Brian, I was very much unknown, and at that point in time, I was very vulnerable to death and being killed. And that's one of the reasons why the 1920s and 1930s people and 1940s people protected me so well, because of the fact that I was going to be so vulnerable and so easy to kill, as just Brian. So anyway, and lots of people would want me dead. Um, anyway, though, whatever. As they wanted to adjust the laws and be able to do weird psychotic things that would basically make them be able to do whatever they wanted. Like for instance, a lot of the presidents and a lot of leaders of the country wanted to basically make it legal for them to basically be able to have sex with whoever they want or imprison whoever they want, labeling them as spies. Like I said, there are no real spies, and labeling someone as a spy to basically take away their money and their finances and lock them up without due process is basically a piece of shit and pathetic thing to do to someone. Anyway, though, and like I say, you will find out, of course, that most people labeled as spies weren't actually spies at all, but just people with money or whatever or something. Anyway, and it was basically just a way to hurt people and torture people. So anyway, like I said, there's a lot of things like for instance, cell phone monitoring systems and also computer monitoring systems and all that other stuff. And basically, like I say, more damaging than anything else is the knowledge that I actually do exist and that I'm real. So anyway, and that's pretty much what Trump and also other people wanted to keep the world from knowing, is that I actually own the White House and the White D.C. building and even Fort Knox, as they're all white buildings and part of my white empire. So anyway, and Nixon and Rodney and, well, a few people wanted people to not know that and all that other stuff, and that even the Pentagon was one of my buildings. So anyway, and the fact that I also owned Germany as well as America, and had owned Russia, and also like what's it called? Well, even China, but also Hong Kong, Singapore, and had basically done some things over there. Anyway, it was a long time ago, and I had also owned one of those other little countries. Well, a lot of countries actually I've owned basically, or had companies working in and basically worked to secure them and make them safer and better and all that other stuff. I forget what it was. Romania, that's right. Romania, I was a very big force in Romania once upon a time, a long time ago. And that's when I had pens and all kinds of other stuff being made there. The Romanian people very much loved me and adored me as basically their leader for a while. So anyway, until I moved on to other places that had not been built and all that other stuff. The Romanian people very much adored me. So anyway, and that's how also, and they also started doing religion and stuff over there because, like I say, I'm the creator. So, and I literally created the female reproductive system, or figured most of it out. Although exoskeletons did help me too. So, like I said, they are very, very, very smart scientists that would work 24 hours a day on a problem until they figured it out. So anyway, and lots of young kids and lots of other people be like, no, and we'll be fighting it, of course, just like JFK, just like Jimmy Carter. Like I said, the Congress people and all the people that have basically been getting free money and all kinds of other stuff and doing massive amounts of inflation, well, they don't want their free ride to be to end, of course. And of course, there were lots of leaders like Donald Trump that want to be able to just go around doing whatever they want. And of course, I kind of like right through them because, well, anyway. And it's probably better that way, as there are 800 galaxies going, or they will be here eventually. Like I said, eventually every one of 800 galaxies would eventually figure me out as I left signposts and also information on who I was, what I was. And Nixon and JFK and Jimmy Carter and a few other people were desperately trying to get to space to basically find all those little markers that I left throughout the universe. So, like I said, I'm not exactly sure. I deleted all the information on where I'd been and what I had done. So basically, the American government will have no idea where those signposts or where those planets are or anything about that, because I don't want them to know, because I don't want them to go and fuck with it. I built it, I put it there, and it's going to be there. And wherever it is where it is. So anyway, and life forms will be finding it and eventually coming here or coming somewhere, or at least looking for me and knowing of my existence. So anyway, and that was something that Nixon and JFK and a lot of other people wanted to stop from happening because they want me to just die and never have been known. So anyway, so yeah. So it's very complicated, and that's also why, like I say, I told Karen to be very careful, because there are lots and lots of very, very dangerous people that shot people in the back and tortured. Like I said, Jimmy Carter or John McCain tortured 150 Chinese people for some reason. Although I don't know what he was trying to get at or what he wanted, but he did. And they also tortured quite a few Chinese people as well as German people in the White House. So they really, 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 really wanted to find out things and really, really, really didn't want things to be known. So, like I said, because it kind of destroys Kennedy's reputation and everything else, as well as Abraham Lincoln. So anyway, whatever. I'm Lucifer Star, LS. And like I said, the LS shipyard used to be the LS slate mine and other things. So anyway, or some kind of quarry. So I had owned a lot of quarries. So anyway, whatever. Have a nice existence. I'm Lucifer Star.